No, I'm fucking with you. Jump scare right there. Hey, it was Red. I'm back, and we're gonna review Castlevania Netflix, right? I just watched it because I was bored, and it was a new season was out, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's watch it." And let me tell you, it's actually not bad. I played some of the games, and I liked them. Right? What is this about? Right? It's about Dracula, right? It's about his castle, Castlevania, whatever you want to call it. I don't know much about the lore. It can move through space and time. I don't know. But it's basically Dracula's humanity being destroyed. It starts off with the girl who basically turns Dracula's life around because he's secluded. He likes to impale people. He's called Vlad the Impaler, you know, all that crap. The girl wants to learn how to heal people, and Dracula has all this science stuff that has been lost through the ages to humans. So he offers it to her, and she offers, of course, her soul, whatever. No, I don't know what really happens. But they end up being together and eventually settling down, you know, as husband and wife, or as close as you can get. And guess what happens? She gets fucking branded a witch because she's healing people using weird stuff that no one's seen in a long time, I guess. And yeah, they fucking burn her alive at the stake. And that's basically where our story begins. I mean, you just killed Dracula's wife. That's fucking insane, right? What's gonna happen to you? Blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, you know, it triggers events that, you know, Dracula eventually will get revenge on the human race. The whole human race. I'm talking about he wants to kill everyone on the planet. That's fucking insane. He's a vampire. They need blood, right? So I'm like, how are you gonna work this in? But he doesn't care. He's filled with grief. He's lost the basically only shred of humanity he had left. And yeah, that's where our first season is, and I loved it. The second season starts right after some of the characters releasing Dracula's son. It was pretty interesting. And then, of course, fighting Dracula's forces, which he unleashes on the world, and it's fucking great seeing all this shit happen. And then season 3 is afterwards, the whole fact during the war. What happens to these characters, and actually I can't wait till season 4 now. At first I wasn't too big on the show, but Jesus Christ, the way season 3 ended, I'm like, shit's gonna go down for reals now. But yeah, I mean, if you can get through, I mean, this show's great. When it's gory, it's gory. When there's a lot of fighting, it's great. But there's a lot of exposition, a lot of talking, a lot of characters being introduced, and a lot of people talking to these characters. It kind of takes a while to get into it, especially in season 1 is not bad. Season 2, yeah, definitely. There's like 2 arcs going on, and I'm more interested in the vampire arc than the fucking human arc, trying to stop the vampires, but whatever. Dracula, like I said, for me, he's a main character. Actually, that's the only reason the show is great. This fucking badass motherfucking vampire, the most strongest in the world. Look at his stats. That's some crazy ass stats, right? But like I said, he loses his only shred of humanity that he had left because of his wife, and starts this holy war. Isaac, my favorite character actually in the show. I love what's going on in season 3 with him. He's badass. I can't wait to see what happens, if he gets his revenge or not. I mean, that's all I'm looking forward to. That's the most interesting arc for me. It was Isaac's. I wish they would have focused on that more and talked more about Forge Masters, because that's what Isaac and this guy Hector are. Hector is kind of quiet, timid, you know, compared to Isaac, though. Isaac is, you know, for me, he's more badass. But both of them are human, and they could conjure up demons from hell, but they need bodies to do it. And they do it for Dracula and raise his army. Both of them could do it, by the way, not just one of them. But they kind of focus more on Hector in that sense, because basically he's really connected to Carmilla, who is a vampire from the north. She has her own castle, and actually her backstory is a lot interesting too. I was like, man, they should have just focused on this instead of that bullshit about trying to just kill Dracula. That kind of was boring a little bit. Carmilla's pretty cool. She's hot, sexy, what up. She has a temper though, don't get on her bad side. But I like her and her sisters who rule this, I forgot the name of the place, but they rule it together, and it seems interesting. And they are trying to expand now, especially since the events that unfolded in season 2. They're trying to make an army. That's why they have Hector, and shit's about to go down with them. I like that. I love them. I can't wait to see more. Then we have these 3, which I totally forgot their names because I didn't really care about their arcs. Of course, you have the middle one is Dracula's son. The one towards his left, I guess, is the Cypher. She's badass though. I mean, I'll admit it. She fucking can fight like crazy, control magic and shit. And then we have a Belmont, who's whatever. Like I said, I wasn't that interested in these characters. I'm more interested in the vampires and shit. So that's what I really mostly focused on. I kind of just, you know, glossed over those arcs and stuff. And to be honest, I was expecting more fighting, more gore, but we got enough of that, I guess. And it kept saying sexual scenes or whatever, and I hardly ever saw anyone naked until season 3, towards the end. So we'll see where that goes. But I'll give this show a 7 out of 10. It's still pretty interesting to watch if you can not get bored like I was sometimes. But hey, can't wait for season 4 and see what happens with Isaac's army and shit. Whew, can't wait for that shit, man. But thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that sub, and I'll catch you guys next time.